I have a question from 9.3, Geometric Sequences and Series, number 63 from the supplement, which is on the back side of your homework assignment sheet. But what this problem is wanting us to do is they want to find us the sum from k equals 1 to 10 of negative 4 times 2 to the k power. Now, this is from the geometric sequence formula, so you will be using its formula. Now, when you get on the test, you may not recognize this as geometric, so you may have to list a few terms out. Now, you're like, well, how do you know? How can you tell by just looking at it? Is because 2 to the k is exponential. And if it's exponential, then it's a geometric type sequence. If it's linear, which this one's definitely not linear, it's going to be an arithmetic sequence type formula, type sequence. So now, if you're not one of those people who can identify that quite easily, like I said, you can do about 2 or 3 terms, and that way you can figure out what kind of a sequence you're dealing with, and so what is the appropriate formula you will need to use. Anyway, so if I plug 1 in, you get 2 to the first, which is 2, times negative 4 is negative 8. So negative 8 is your first term of your sequence, no matter what kind of a sequence it is, it's negative 8. So you plug 1 in. Now, you plug 2 in, well, 2 to the second is 4, and then 4 times 4, negative 4 is negative 16. So that is your second term. So if it's arithmetic, it looks like it's going to be a negative 8. And if it's geometric, it's going to be 2. So we got to figure out the next term and see which one's going to be. So I plug in 3, 2 to the third is 8, and then 8 times negative 4 is negative 32. So it's definitely not arithmetic because the gap has grown. It went from negative 8 to negative 16, and then that's a gap of a negative 8. It's a difference of negative 8. And then negative 16 to negative 32, there's a gap of negative 16 actually. So it's not the same. So it's not arithmetic, definitely. But like I said, you can recognize this as an exponential type, then you know you're better off. It's a geometric type sequence. So in this case, r is 2 because negative 8 times 2 is negative 16, and then negative 16 times 2 is negative 32. And now the r can be easily identified, and it's just by looking at the base. The base is 2. Okay, so base is 2, and that's what r is. So that's an easy way to identify the base. Like, why is it so important to identify what the r is? Because the formula has r's. It has a couple of them actually. So there's a couple of big things here. You have to recognize that this is a geometric sequence. Once you've identified that, you have to figure out, well, are you finding me a term or are you finding a sum? In this case, it's a sigma, so you're finding a sum. You're not finding the 10th term or anything. You're finding the sum of the first 10 terms. And here's 3 of them right here. So I'll use this formula, S of n equals a sub 1 times 1 minus r to the n all over 1 minus r. So it's just a matter of plug and chug now that you've recognized all that. So it's 10 terms from 1 to 10. So it's S sub 10 equals a sub 1, which is your first term of your sequence, and that was negative 8 times 1 minus r, and r is 2. So, and it'd be 2 to the 10th all over 1 minus r, 1 minus 2. So now it's just a math, just doing a calculation. Some people will choose to use a calculator at this point, which is fine. The only problem is sometimes these situations have fractional r's, like 1/2. And using a calculator when that's 1/2 is a little bit more trouble. But in this case, it's not so bad. You could probably just go ahead and do the rest of it with a calculator. I don't have one with me, so I'm going to do the next best thing. I'm going to do the math here. Negative 8, 1 minus 2 to the 10th. Now 2 to the 10th is 1,024. That's what 2 to the 10th is. Now you're like, well, how do I know that? I've memorized that number a long time ago. So it's something that you shouldn't, I mean, unless you dabble in math like I do, you would not know what 2 to the 10th is necessarily. So you would definitely use a calculator for 2 to the 10th. But it is 1,024. 1 minus 2 is negative 1. And then negative 8 divided by negative 1 is 8. So that takes care of the negatives. And then 1 minus 1,024 is 1,023, but negative. 1 take away 1,024. And then you have to multiply 8 times a negative 1,023. 8 times 3 is 24, 18, 1, and then 8, I believe that's negative 8,184. You might want to check my math on that. I think that's right. 8 times 3 is 24, carry the 2, 16, 18, carry the 1, 1. Yeah, I think that's right. Negative 8184. So, and that is problem number 63 from 9.3 supplement. Again, that's not the problem that's in the book. It's a problem that comes off the supplement sheet that was handed to you on the very first day. So, and that's it.